Go climb the ladder and give me a snack, okay? So quiet here in the mornings. It's about 7 o'clock. Animals are just starting to wake up and come out and cock-a-doodle-doo. Won't be quiet for long because we're about to start a generator and start planing some boards. Today marks 1 year since we came onto the property. That's almost impossible to believe, but it went by so fast. 1 year. I mean, we've got a lot done. We've got so much left to do. Today we hope to put the first layer of the roof onto the timber frame cabin. We've got to plane a few more boards and route the edges before they're ready. But that's just an example. It's just, we're so far behind what I thought we'd have accomplished by this time. From the outside, you know, a lot of people have told us, you've got so much done, and we really have. But you have these dreams and you think, that's like a 4-month project, that's like a 1-month project. Everything takes longer than you think, everything. And you'd think that you could just adjust your mindset and say, yeah, that's going to take longer than we think. And then think it's going to take longer, and it still takes longer. That's okay. It's been a real delight being here on the property, spending so much time with the kids, building with our hands, learning to raise animals and take care of them, and all the joy and pain that comes with that. We've got, I lost track, 13 goats right now, 3 cows, 9 ducks, 7,000 little chicks running around. But we have built a lot. We went and counted all the little structures we have for animals and for ourselves, and I forgot now. It's like 13 different structures for storing hay and keeping our tools dry, the timber frame and the pole barn. It's been awesome. That's pretty cool. Hey, the view from up here is great. It's gonna be upside down. That's gonna be even more disorienting. Well, we're just about done tying down this roof. We put down ice and water shield to prevent any water from coming through. We're gonna put some foam insulation and framing and then a metal roof. This should be done in, I would say by the end of the week. I really like doing this kind of work, being up high and working on roofs. It's scary at first. It's mostly scary getting up and down. Once you're up here, you sit down, get your tools handed up to you, get all your boards cut and handed up to you. It's not bad. But hey, look at that. There we go. Take me seriously now. You can put it up however you want to put it up. It's fine. I'll turn it when I get it here. I mean, it has to be foiled down though. What? Sorry, foiled down. You could probably just throw it up there. That was kind of awesome. Weak sauce. Try to get weak sauce. Good thing it flies.
Yeah, that's on video, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I forgot about the other framing. Yeah, you gotta go higher. I was just trying to get it on that past that first board.
Yeah. I doubt original timber framers used the tape.
I'm wondering, how do you survive hundreds of years without insulation and tape?
How do we survive without polystyrene and tape?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh shoot, I forgot to get the end again. May you never come behind me on a roll of tape. Got it. Got it.
It doesn't stick anymore.
I thought tape was supposed to be sticky. That was a productive morning, and wow, it is incredibly hot. They just called us for lunch, and I'm not coming back till probably 3 because you just can't work up there that hot. You get double hot because the sun is bearing down on you, and then you got the foil bouncing it back in your face. Unbearable. It took us about 2 solid days to get all the metal on for our roof, but it is done. And we didn't do a lot of video while doing the roof because it gets really slippery up there with the metal on, and it was so very hot the day we did it that you just don't want to spend any time up there that you don't absolutely have to, and setting up a tripod, it just didn't seem like fun to me. So that's the roof. We thought it'd be a little scary because it is a 45-degree angle, a 12-on-12 pitch roof, and it's steep, really steep. One of our friends said, well, a mosquito couldn't land up there. And I'll tell you, the whole time up there, I never saw one mosquito, so I think he's right. Turned out not to be as scary as we thought it would be, and maybe it's because we already worked on another roof that was much bigger and much higher, though not as steeply pitched, and maybe it's because it's smaller and so we weren't up there quite as long, but it wasn't that bad. And that's one of the lessons we're learning on the property is you do something a couple of times and it's a lot less scary. Hopefully we learn that from this frame, because this is a little frame and someday we're going to build a big frame, a big house with a lot more opportunities for fear. And those will hopefully be reduced as we go and we learn. We have owned this sawmill for maybe 8 or 9 months. I don't remember exactly when we got it. We've used it a ton. We have milled every timber for our timber frame. We've milled every piece of siding for that barn and lots of other projects around the property that have needed wood. We have cut with our sawmill, but I made a mistake when I set it up in that I put it on the ground, and That would be fine if the ground were more solid, but every time we get a heavy rain, or every time we get a little freeze and thaw cycle, which is like every few days, the ground moves a little bit, and the sawmill is not as flat as it needs to be to cut high quality timber. So today we just decided to bite the bullet and fix it. And that's not what we planned to do today, but that's what we're going to do. So what we did was we cut a bunch of 8x8 timbers there out of some pine that we purchased early on, but we don't really like milling because it's really wet, it tends to mold. But we cut those, and we're going to basically pick up the sawmill head and put these heavy timbers underneath, hopefully reducing the amount of motion that it exhibits when the ground moves around. The trouble when the ground moves is that the bunks go up and down, and it's basically no longer flat. And that shows up in the wood that you're cutting. We don't know if we're going to be able to move it. When we built it, it was in pieces, so that head right there, which moves back and forth, is very heavy. We're going to attempt to pick it up with the tractor and move it just a few feet so we can work on the track and then put it back in the same place. Here's hoping. That went halfway according to plan. We were able to lift the mill head, but then the tractor got stuck in the mud, as it is prone to do when we have this much mud. So Gabe came up with the idea of putting some flat boards under the mill so we can lift the head, put it on the boards, roll the head further from the site that we're working on, and then hopefully still get the tractor out. I don't know. It's gonna be, I don't know. I'm still gonna have trouble getting the tractor out. When we put that much weight on the front of the tractor, the back of the tractor goes up, and it does not touch the ground as much as you might want it to. So we end up stuck in holes, deep ruts, which we will later trip in. It's okay, we made progress. That's all that matters. It was a good decision to bring the mill up onto these timbers. It is so much straighter and flatter than it was. The head moves so much smoother. We built a deck so it'd be a lot easier to clean out on the bottom, and I'm just so much happier with it. It took about a day and a half, which is more time than we wanted to commit to that. But yeah, it's good. I definitely recommend doing that if you're running a sawmill. Time will tell how it affects its settling, but our theory is to spread out the feed along a larger area. It will definitely be worth it. I expect we'll use it right there for years to come. Before we go, I just have to send my thanks to one of our viewers. It's a cousin of ours named Matt. He's easily our biggest fan. And we reached out to him to ask if he'd write a few pieces of music for our channel, for our introduction, and for different parts of the channel, and he was really excited to do so. So the song you're hearing right now is one of 2 compositions that he made just for us that was inspired by watching us over the last couple of years. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for doing that, and enjoy the music. See you next time.